At the hospital, a chipper Portia tells Liz how excited she is to have lunch with Trina later. Despite Alexis arguing in court against it, the judge orders her to be sent to Pentonville without bail. Christina cries out in protest, but the judge's ruling stands. Christina, Sam, and Molly embrace their mother before she's taken away. After Sonny gives Brick an order over the phone, he answers his door to Natalia, who carries in a bottle of champagne. She's there to update him on his investment and celebrate her closing a lucrative deal. Sonny's subdued reaction leads them to discuss Alexis' arraignment. Natalia knows if Alexis is innocent, the authorities will figure it out and find the actual murderer. Rick meets with Heather in Pentonville's visitor's room. She looks forward to having a BLT on the outside, but he regretfully informs her she's never getting out of there. Her lab results show the difference in cobalt levels in her blood before and after her surgery is negligible, which means she did her crimes on her own accord. Heather doesn't think it makes sense. She's so much better since her hip replacement. Even so, Rick doesn't see a path forward for her case. Heather thanks him for trying. She knows it could have been a good payday for him, but it wasn't just about money for her. She wanted to be with her grandchild. She knows Rick just lost his own grandchild and talks about how, after losing Esmond Franco, this was her last shot at having a family. Clearly affected, Rick apologizes before leaving. Sam brings a reluctant Christina to the hospital because this is what Alexis needs most, for Christina to take care of herself. Christina feels she'll never be the same. She's broken. Sam assures her that's not true, but that's why she's there, to get professional help. Christina suggests she talk to her dad, who always has good ideas. Sam insists she talk to a professional and goes to see what's taking so long. Alone, Christina calls Sonny to tell them Alexis was sent to Pentonville. Sonny tells her to take care of herself, assuring her he'll deal with Alexis. After hanging up, Sonny vows to Natalia that he will make sure Alexis doesn't have to spend one more second in Pentonville than she has to. After Sam returns, Felicia brings Christina into her office to discuss the hospital services available to her. As Sam waits in the corridor, Dante walks up and embraces her. They discuss the situation and what it's doing to Sam's family. As they muse over how to help Alexis, Dante notes the gun that could clear her is at the bottom of a choppy river. Sam reminds him she's an expert diver. Dante doesn't like where she's going with this, but he also knows he can't stop her. Sam declares she will find the gun Alexis tossed and end her family's nightmare. In Felicia's office, Christina breaks down over how empty she feels. As someone who has lost her own child, Felicia will help her get through this. Christina reluctantly agrees to go to a support group, but wants Sam to know about it so she'll hold her accountable. Christina tears up, feeling behind in her grief. Felicia tells her there's no timetable. She's there now and getting help. Christina knows she'll never get over it, but she could learn to carry it. But how does she carry the guilt over going to Ava's hotel room? She fears Molly is right and that she's responsible. Christina might not have jumped out of the window, but she created the circumstances that led to the accident. Felicia emphasizes her use of the word accident. The best thing she can do is to work on her mental health, and this is a great first step. Elizabeth finds Rick hanging around the nurse's hub, waiting on Heather's test results. However, he's afraid it's all over for her. Elizabeth asks if he'll be staying in Port Charles without a case. He wants to stay for Molly, especially after Alexis has been sent to Pentonville to await trial. Unsettled by the news, Elizabeth departs for rounds as Rick takes a call. When Elizabeth returns, Rick shows her 2 lab results for Heather. The same sample was tested at GH and an outside lab for redundant testing. Elizabeth agrees they're different. The outside lab shows the cobalt levels are much lower. She advises him to have the test done again because something is seriously wrong.